Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you for Japa leads. We'll start the next session, Srimad Bhagavatam, with a short kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vrajajanaranja Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19 and Text 13. Rajovacha Aho Vayam Dhanyatama Nirpanam Mahatamanu Grahaniya Shilaha Rajnyam Kulam Brahmana Pada Sauchat Durat Vishritam Patakharya Karma. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The fortunate king said, "Indeed, we are the most grateful of all the kings who are trained to get favor from the great soul. Generally, the sages consider royalty as refused to be rejected and left in the distant place." Purport. This little big purport. Okay, we'll read it. According to the religious principle, stool, urine, wash water, etc. must be left at a long distance, attached to bathroom, urinal, etc. May be very convenient amenities of modern civilization, but they are ordered to be situated at the distance from residential quarters. That very example cited here in relation to the kingly order for those who are progressively marching back to Godhead. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that to be in intimate touch with dollars and cents, men's, or the kingly order is worse than suicide for one who desires to go back to Godhead. In other words, the transcendentalists do not generally associate with the man who are too enamored by the external beauty of God's creation. By advanced knowledge and spiritualization, the transcendentalist knows that this beautiful material world is nothing but a shadowy reflection of the reality, the kingdom of God. They are not, therefore, very much captivated by royal opulence or anything like that. But in the case of Maharaj Parikshit, the situation was different. Apparently, the king was condemned to the death by an inexperienced Brahmana boy, but factually he was called by the Lord to return to him. Other transcendentalists, the great sages and mystics who are assembled together because of Maharaj Parikshit's fasting unto death, he was quite anxious to see him, for he was going to back to goddess. Maharaj Parikshit also could understand that the great sages who assembled there were all kind to his forefathers, the Pandavas, because of their devotion service to the Lord. Here, he therefore felt grateful to the sages for being present there at the last stage of his life. And he felt that it was all due to the greatness of the late forefathers or grandfathers. He felt proud, therefore, that he happened to be the descendant of such great devotee. Such pride for the devotee of the Lord is certainly not equal to the puffed up sense vanity for material prosperity. The first is reality, whereas the other is false and vain. Wonderful purport. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Loud and clear.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. I'll take out of movie. So, this one more beautiful text from Srimad Bhagavatam, and Parikshit and we also having the same vow of fasting. But Parikshit did complete Nirjal fasting. We did somehow the next level of Nirjal on Bhishma Panchaka last 4 days. So the translation, what he is feeling, and the series of Parikshit Maharaj, what he felt after assembled devotees or assembled sages. So he felt that he is very fortunate. And the beautiful thing is, Prabhupada translated in the fortunate king said. So he mentioned that the fortunate king said, so meaning something Prabhupada is hiding there. So he's a fortunate king. Here, simply Raja Uvacha only, or Vyasadeva is mentioned here. Sutta Goswami said. Right. But he said fortunate king said. So there is a hint here. So he is clearly feeling grateful for all his ancestors who are all devotees. This is one important thing. Our own previous generations' karma, because of that, we will also get some pious environment. And with that pious environment, we will have Sukruti, the Ajnata Sukruti, as well as the previous Purva Janma Sukruti. It will carry forward to our generation. From there, we'll get the chance of practicing devotional service. So here he felt that anger, that mood only. That because my father, forefathers, grandfathers, they're all devotees. Because of that, I am getting this chance. That is one direct meaning. And the indirect meaning you can see when you are trying to follow devotion service, when you have a desire to follow devotional service, Krishna sent the devotees. Krishna sent the devotees. Some more the facilitation happens by the Krishna's will, Krishna's plan. You will have a devotees association. With that association, your devotional service will start. When you're doing devotional service without offense, then the progression in devotional service it begins. So this is wonderful loop. You have to understand that angle also. And the second point is generally sages consider the king, woman, and some of the things like how Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, it should be stool and urine and wash water should be separated from the living place. So like that, the sages they won't mingle with the common people. Generally, money dealing with worldly men or women, not at all women. First of all, sages. And then kingly order, the person who is managing, administering. So you don't have any association with them. So because Prabhupada is writing that one who it is worse than suicide for one who desires to go back to God. So when you have these connections, you will it is very worse than committing suicide. Because in the path of going back to Godhead, it's a big stumbling block. So the meaning of this, because now we are in ISKCON, we have to have a political support. We should have some VIP support for donation or these things. How can we take this? So we can think in that another way that they should not associate with them. It is the one point. But actually, sages doesn't want to get association from these people. Women and money and the worldly person, worldly men and the kingly order people. So he won't get association from them so that his consciousness will not be contaminated. So that angle we can understand this line. And Prabhupada is starting with this. This is I heard it from His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj that you should not keep your uh, toilet and bathroom inside the home. And if you go to this temple, Salem and all, and Gujarat and all, they have separate, everything separate. Even the devotee's house built like that. But in Bangalore, the setup is something different. So very congested, compact area we are living. So there, what we can think, what we can consider is at least there should not be there should be gap between the altar room and the toilet, and from the kitchen to the toilet. That we have to find. If you are finding rented house, you can make it, or if you are building a house, you should consider that. And that toilet and bathroom not attached. There is no attached system. Since we have a very less place, we are doing this attached culture. Because whenever we take bath, sometime it is very compact bathroom, toilet. Immediately our gamcha will touch the may without how to say consciously or unconsciously it touches the toiletry areas, and it is suchi muchi part ultimately. So that is in one angle, but you should think that to the extent we should follow that kind of neatness so that your consciousness will be purified. Since Brahmanas, especially who are trying to become a Brahmanas, Prabhupada said we are all more than Brahmanas. Vaishnavas means more than Brahmanas means he Vaishnavas will follow more than the Brahmanas. So that is the idea. So we should follow the more than the Brahmanical standards. The purpose of following all the Brahminical standards we follow. So that consideration should be there with Vaishnavas. So whenever we are having this compact setup, according to that setup, you should follow the minimum Suchimuchi criteria so that we should be in the conscious level at least. We should be pure and to serve the Lord. If you are having deities in the house, you have anything, altars, any altar, if it is deities or photos, anything. But you should follow some level of Suchi Muchi that which protects you from the consciousness of being a Sudra, being a third class man. So this is a very important angle. So whenever we do something, when recently I assisted His Holiness Bhakti Vinod Maharaj in Vrindavan. So 10 days we were in Vrindavan and Govardhan. There, Maharaj taught me so many things which I already know, but still I don't know where to follow, which according to the time, place, circumstances, how you have to keep your Suchi Muchi things. Even by serving prasadam, even keeping the cloths, even the toiletries, even the things, bed, everything. So he teaches you should, it is an all Brahminical standard, you should follow. He said this to me. That is the very minimum criteria to purify your consciousness. But it should not overcross that you are being a Vaishnava, your purpose should not be hidden. Like, because by seeing the Suchi Muchi things, we forgot our main purpose of our daily routine of doing bhakti, sadhana, sadachara, siddhanta, seva. We will spend more time into this only, then your other things will be getting disturbed. So that angle you should not go. To the extent you can follow according to the Shastra, according to the guidance of your Siksha, Guru, mentor, seniors, you can follow it. But at the same time, it should not overcross your things and it becomes burden. So that stage we should not take it. So from this, I want to give one important information. What I realized here is the sadhus, they don't mingle with king. And one more point he is mentioning, purport in the purport he is mentioning about Parikshit Maharaj feeling proud. These 2 points are there in this purport and translation, because it started as the fortunate king said, right? So these two things we will discuss now. The first thing is the sadhu should not mingle with worldly persons and the kingly order. So this is we can know from our Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is very famous. I think you all know this Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Prataprutra, the King Prataprutra. That he is a devotee of Lord Jagannath, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to meet him because the disciples, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they said the king wants to meet you, then you give time for him. He said, I am sannyasi, I should not meet a woman, I should not meet very big rich people, and at the same time king. This is a offense for me. I should not do that. That is not my kartavya, he said. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was informed by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that you have to see because he is a devotee. He is very nice devotee of Jagannath. He is a Das. Jagannath Das he is. He is a servant of Jagannath. He don't feel himself as a king. He is devotee. Why don't you meet him? Like that he said, no, this is the thing, he made a big list and he refused to meet him. But even though if you are very low, your devotees association and their clans, mercy clans, Kripa Drishti, this will happen. They will take you to God. The same thing happened. These devotees, they arranged some plan after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in front of the Rath Yatra. He was resting in one place. That place, all the followers of Prabhupada, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Pratap Rudra, coming in a normal dress, as a devotee dress, Vaishnava dress, and he can massage the feet and chant the Gopi Geet. So that is a very beautiful um, scene actually. By seeing massaging feet and crying and chanting the Gopi Geet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up and he is embraced by chanting Bhuridha Chana. Okay, Bhuridha, correct. So it's a complete leela. When you get the devotee's mercy, Lord mercy follows. And you should have your own Vaishnava attire whenever you are going to Lord, in front of Lord. So that is very important again. So these things you can get the reference because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed that. Here you see Parikshit Maharaj, he is also king. But what happens here? Parikshit Maharaj, even though he is a king, for the last stage of his life, all the sages are coming and meeting him. It's a ulta. Whereas there, Sannyasi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu don't want to meet the king Pratapudra. That is one story. Here, the king is there and all the sages are coming meeting. We saw the two texts before. We have list of the sadhus, including Vyasadev, including Bharatwaj, including Narada Muni. We saw many sages, many sages we don't know the name. All Gotras you can see, all the varieties of Gotra coming from the Rishi, you can see all the Gautama, Bharadvaja. So they all assembled there. And Sutta Goswami also there in that list. So like that, they are all coming to see the king. It's completely ulta. 5,000 years ago, it's like that. But 500 ago, it's like this. What is the connection? So that connection is none other than he is a devotee. He is a emperor of three worlds, but he is sitting with Kaupin in front of Sukadeva Goswami. How beauty it is. That is what next thing we are going to discuss about pride. So I will connect that now. There is a three different pride. One is false pride. One is the true pride. The third one is humble pride. So this three pride or proud moment we have in our life always. So this false pride, the king Parikshit Maharaj doesn't have. That is what all the sages coming and meeting and helping him for the last stage of his life gathered to give association to Parikshit Maharaj. So because he felt that I am in the correct dynasty, all my grandfather ancestors, they are devotee of Lord Krishna. They are all devotees. Because they are that fortunate, I can able to get this sadhu sangha. Otherwise, they don't feel to connect with the king like me. So that is how he is putting here. Because they reject generally, refuse to be rejected. Who generally the sages consider royalty as a refuse to be rejected and left in a distance place. That is what the actual Shastra saying. But here, these sages coming and meeting and giving their association to me so that my going back to Godhead is more assured. He's already had a desire of fasting and chosen the good, correct path, a perfect path to get sadhu sangha, hear about Krishna. This is another path. Right? This is another important point. So why the moment situation comes, which path you are choosing, according to that your progression will be assured. Whether you are choosing wrong people, you will end up with the wrong path and you will lost in this material world. Otherwise, you are just choosing a perfect path of spiritual life and you are finding that sadhus, devotees, and having association with them. With that, your spiritual progress starts, your shukurti starts. From that, your devotional service will be flourished. And once you get that stages of bhakti, you can reach Krishna and go back to Godhead. This is the idea. And he is having the true pride. That's what false ego, true ego, the people generally say. The false ego means one who connect everything about him, his possessions, with the material things. Like you see, Parikshit Maharaj, why he is Prabhupada is glorifying him. He has a true pride because he doesn't have false ego of having the whole emperor behind him. All he is emperor of the whole world, but he is sitting with Kaupin. Nothing, no possession. He's not thinking I, mine, such a aham mameti, he doesn't have. And Adveshta he doesn't have. Because of that wonderful quality, all the sages are coming and giving association to the, the King Parikshit. It is another beautiful thing. And the true ego, true pride is he had a good ancestors, good grandfathers, fathers, and their ancestors. He is very proud because they're all devotees. So we should also, what I can get it is, we should also that feel that our ancestor, our Guru Parampara, is all are very wonderful Raghanuga Bhaktas in our group. But many of our ISKCON people, they're just seeing some other Sampradayas, Gurus, some Babaji, some Maharajis, some Tirthas, outside. It is not recommended because you should feel our parampara's beauty, our parampara's glories, because you have to carry your own parampara's glories, not others. Your main course should be the main course of your plate should be your own parampara. You should understand our parampara, not hearing from that sampradaya, this sampradaya. Not necessary. Then you will lost in the mood of your Gaudiya Sampradaya's mood. Because in our Sampradaya only all the rasas is there. No other Sampradaya has all the rasas like this. From starting from Shanta Rasa to Madhurya Rasa, everything is available in our Sampradaya. Why don't you glorify, why don't we glorify, understand that, trying to stick to our own things? Then only you feel the true pride of our own Guru Parampara. Otherwise, we will started enjoying by seeing that Maharaj, that Babaji's, that person sitting in the holy dham. It is not correct actually. So this is the one more hidden information how to feel the glory of our parampara. If you are not knowing about your grandfather glories, how you will feel the true pride of your own parampara? I'm talking about Prabhupada, I'm talking about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Like that I'm telling. Six Goswamis. Anybody there more than six Goswamis to give about Radharani's Raganuga Bhakti, the Maharasa explained? No. But we are not reading their glories. At least there we are not reading their books. That is another thing. We should complete first Prabhupada books. So we should completely stick to our own parampara, our own things. We should not divert it. Maybe the main course is your meal. Maybe side dish you can take it. It's you need some rasa. If you need some variety, you can touch it as a extra sabjis. Papad like that. But main course, the grain, rice, sambar is your parampara. So in that angle, we should try to keep our parampara in front and have a true pride like Parikshit Maharaj. Because our own father, grandfather, we don't know how glorious they are. But we connected in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, we have very wonderful Acharya Parampara. We should understand their glories. Then only you will feel the pride, real pride of having such wonderful dynasty, wonderful parampara, Guru Parampara. Okay, so till the 6:40, I will stop here. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. If you have any doubt, questions, you can go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
You said false pride, true pride. Humble pride, you said one more thing, Prabhu.
Humble pride, about humble pride, I already discussed in the previous session. It is about that we keep our false pride and projecting it as a very humble way. That I only did this, Prabhu. So I am very simple, Prabhu. I am very simple, Prabhu itself. You are not simple because you want some recognition. So you want some this thing, glorifications. For that only we are doing this. So it is a humble pride. Humbly we are just pride about what we did, what we are doing, what we had. It is in a material platform, not in the spiritual platform I'm talking. So that is called humble pride. There is a video about this. I will share in the Radha Gopinath circle. Okay. About Maharaj spoke about this humble pride.